Hey guys, Kurt and Sarah from Time Machine Transport, just having our coffee. As much as I did not want to do this, I'm going to do it again just because I had people that had asked questions on what to have in a bug out bag. So, I'm going to do it again. I did one when I was probably about a year and a half ago on the stuff that I carry in my bug out bag, and Sarah has one as well. Just got done with some breakfast but anyways, like I said, as much as I don't want to do it again, I'm gonna do one. Anyways, because we're cleaning up to take off. So, oh, all right. So let's see. Got spots all over my shirt from doing the charcoal, brushing our teeth. All right. So first and foremost, have a decent bug out bag. You don't want like a Walmart special. This is pretty much a military grade. So, and it's got all the clips and everything on it, and the side pouches and all that kind of stuff, and the Great American flag. But anyways, have yourself a decent bug out bag. Something I would have something with a frame, like a rucksack. When I was in the military, that's what we called them. If you don't know, if you haven't subscribed to my channel or whatever, and I'm former military, I was in the combat unit. I've gained definitely some weight over the course of years. But anyways, my wife and I were being that things are getting worse around the world, we figured we'd come out camping and try our gear out, which we are not definitely not prepared for. So anyways, have yourself a 2-man. That's a 4-man tent, but myself and my truck, I have a 1-man. The only thing I don't like about this tent is you can't really stand up in it. You can stand up in it, but you're hunched over. So I would recommend a stand-up one. This is our first time we've used this. Like I said, we don't camp. So, but we have all this gear and we don't know if it will work. So have yourself a stand-up 4-man if you can. This is nice for a spare or to keep, your food in or whatever. So you don't have to keep going. I mean, we didn't have any problem. We're in a campground. We ended up not going up to our bug out location. We just didn't have time with everything else we were doing, and plus being lazy, and this is a lot of work, man. So, anyways, we figured 2 days, but we should have did a week. So, anyways, so again, a nice bug out bag. Have yourself a roll, pussy pad, all right. And then what I have are these shorts. Smoke's getting in my eyes, and they're they're expensive. They're North Face, but we got them on clearance when Gander Mountain went out of business. So they are a pant, and if you zip off the leg, they're shorts. So these are actually pants, but they zip off. The pant legs zip off and they're shorts. So I chose these because they're light. You can pack a few of them and fold them up into a nice little. Plus, they dry very easy. And these aren't North Face. I only had one pair of North Face. But they got the adjustable belts on them, which are nice. This series, it's the Guide series, which these are super light. And again, all three, I carry 3 pairs, so all 3 zip into shorts from pants. And like I said, they dry. You're going to want to look for something that dries real fast, something that's light to carry, and something that's going to hold up and that's quality, but also very versatile as far as pants and shorts. And then obviously, long johns, bottoms, and tops, plus some shirts, some t-shirts, and some long t-shirts. All right. Have yourself a Phillips and a regular screwdriver. Have yourself some sort of camouflage top zip up. We got this at the military surplus store. The bag I ordered online, but Sarah's rucksack, she has pretty much all the same stuff that I have, which is pretty cool. That my wife is so participating. So have yourself a nice camouflage zip up jacket that wears well and will dry. All right. Then obviously have yourself several pairs of socks. These are like just Adidas, or actually Under Armour, just like soccer socks. So they're real thin at the top, and then they're thick at the bottom, which is kind of nice. But have yourself a few variances of socks. Have yourself a couple of these belts. And you could use this belt for a few things. If you had a football style belt like this, if you had two of them, you could put lumber on the ground, lay them out, cinch them up. You could haul some firewood with it. You could create a tourniquet with this. You could do a lot of different things with this. So have yourself a few belts. Have yourself fire starting equipment and a first aid bag. And then that's pretty much just preference. Like in this one, I have our location to our Bugout location. Crayons will start fires, believe it or not. Petroleum jelly will start fire. Chapstick will start fire. Have yourself a solar blanket. Extra shoelaces. I mean, believe it or not, have extra shoelaces. You ever try walking through the woods with a broken shoelace? It's very difficult. Have yourself a fire starter, a flint. Excuse me, a flint fire starter. I got my fire starting stuff and my medical stuff in a water sealed bag. I would double seal it because these bags aren't the best, so put it in 2 bags. Have tape, have scissors, have a set of needle nose, or tweezers, ace bandage, a sewing kit, obviously Neosporin, anything that's gonna cut and clean there's a syringe. It's just a regular, without a needle, but it's a regular syringe. Have one of those in your bag, because you could, actually I think I have one here. I'll show you what I mean. Have one of these for irrigating a wound. You could suck water up in there. Yeah, you could use it as turkey base or grease if you wanted to use grease, but I thought about just the regular irrigate a wound. Have yourself an extra clean rag in there. Whatever you think that you may possibly need to make a fire and to clean a wound. All right. And then, so that's that. Have yourself a respirator, a filtration mask, and some extra filters for it. And this isn't really the best one, but hey, if you're in a burning building, you got to get out. This would definitely do. Have yourself a set of seal goggles as well. And these are cheaper ones, but we just ordered some really nice ones. But have your set of walkie-talkies and the charger, obviously. Have yourself a lineman pliers with all your little gadgets on it. And a lot of people know this, but I've gotten a lot of questions on what to have. Have a knife sharpener, a knife sharpening stone, and how to use it. Have animal processing knives, and keep them very sharp. And then also a fish filleter. We have a tackle bag for fishing, and we have a fillet knife, a fish glove, and all that kind of stuff. We got some. It's pretty, and all this stuff was from Gander when it was going out of business. All right. Have yourself some hand warmers. Obviously, when it gets cold out, I carry about like maybe 6 or 8 of these. Have yourself a bear horn. Have yourself a bear horn. That shit really works. It'll scare off predators. Have yourself a couple different sharpening utensils with your sharpening stone, obviously. Have yourself several flashlights. Now, on the flashlights, what I always do is I will take and I will reverse one of the flashlights. Like if you look, I always do this. That way, if you put a flashlight in your bag, you notice it doesn't come on, right? I do that on purpose because if you put you want to carry your flashlights in your bag, in your flashlight, and you want to check them too because the batteries might get corroded in there. But I always reverse one. All right. So always take it out and just reverse one of the batteries. All right. That way your flashlight's always loaded with batteries. Okay. And then have yourself an extra pouch of batteries. I got AA's and AAA's in here. Have yourself a few other. We have these solar ones. This is my wife's. And these are nice so you can break the window with them. You can cut a seatbelt. It's got a cheap little compass on it, but I don't use it. But anyways, it's nice because you can USB charge it or it's solar, which is super nice. And then this one is mine. So it shows you the amount of sun damage. Look at, see, when we first got it, it was black. And just sitting in the dash of my truck, it's actually turned a copper color. That's how bad the sun rays are. Have yourself some 550 cord. All right. Have yourself a little 550 bracelet if you want. I mean, obviously I don't wear this because it's too bright. It would match my shirt actually, but have yourself a couple knives. I got a K-bar. And I got a nice regular big machete. This thing is super sharp and it's super nice because you can also cut cordage with it. But this one's really nice. And a lot of the stuff we bought on clearance. These little lanterns are nice too. These are super nice. These are really nice. They're cheap and you can buy like 2 of them in these little cases. I think we have like 6 of these. But also on these things too, you can also, when you go to put them away, like I said, you just reverse one of the batteries. Done deal. Now they're good to go. Be ready. And this smoke is blowing my face, so I'm trying to get close to the camera. All right, if you have bad knees and elbows, have yourself a knee brace in there. This was a water pack, a bladder that we had that it was bad, but I kept it anyways because I could actually put this inside a canteen and I could drink it if I had to. So it was just kind of like a spare part. Have yourself a poncho. I know blue isn't the ideal color, but I don't really wear it, but it's always nice to have one in case you got to cover something from the rain. I had one of these cheap, it wasn't cheap actually. Actually, it was cheap because it was on clearance from Gander when they were going out of business, but this is garbage. Absolute garbage. We brought 2 of them, and one of them already popped. And they just blow up, and they blow up nice and they're hard. But the one already split right at the side, and that was just 2 days use. So I don't know if I'd probably just take a shirt, take a t-shirt, and my pants, and a couple jackets, and I would just roll them up and use them as a towel. I wouldn't go out and waste money on one of these things. They're junk. And the one it just kept deflating. So it was super tight when I did it this morning. It's already deflated. So these things this one is junk. I don't know. It didn't have a name brand on it, but oh well. Have yourself a little cooking pot and put little like socks or whatever in it so it doesn't rattle when you're walking through the woods. And then have yourself some coffee. And this coffee lasts. It's been in my bag now for like 2 years, a little over 2 years. And we used it to drink coffee here because we didn't bring any. I wanted to use this up, and it was actually still good. We double bagged it, which was nice, but this coffee actually lasted. So have yourself a couple nice water bottles, and then so I have a water bladder as well. I'll get to it. Anyways, have yourself a military grade canteen. And the reason why I say military grade is because when you pull it out, it's got a canteen cup in it. And the canteen cup, it's pretty deep. I mean, this is how you're going to do all your eating. We literally ate and drank our coffee out of this since we've been here. And obviously the water bottles, we had to drink water, but we had we made your oatmeal, our hard-boiled eggs, whatever. We had our potatoes and it was just really nice. So get a military-style canteen with a canteen cup. And then also another thing, my wife was like, these really came in handy. And I'm like, well, yeah. She didn't know about them, but I did. These little utensil things where you can actually have a fork, a spoon, so on and so on. They're nice. They clean up really well, and they come with a little pouch. Have yourself some bear spray. This, believe it or not, will work. This will get you out of harm's way with any kind of predator, really, even a human being. All right. Then, hold on, guys. I'm right there. I've got this all over the picnic table. Trust me, it took everything I had to do this. I really didn't want to do it again because it's a lot of work. But as long as you're helping people out, that's all that matters. Have yourself some hot sauce. Have yourself a nice hatchet. This is actually made by Gerber. It's a really nice hatchet, and this was on clearance as well. The thing I like about it is it's got another knife on the handle, and this thing is super sharp. But I like it. It's nice. It's a nice little tool. Have yourself a sharp hatchet and a way to sharpen it, obviously. A mosquito net. Like I said, my wife's got all this stuff in her pack. You don't need to carry this in your bag, but have one on you. It's a shower bag. It's a solar heated bag. We did a video on, we both of us literally showered with 1 gallon of water between the two of us. So it took me a half a gallon to wash his big ass body with a half a gallon of water, or half a gallon of water. My wife had the other half. But have yourself a solar bag, a shower bag. Well, here's my bladder. This came in my rucksack. It's a water bladder, which actually came it's really nice. I don't know. It's nice to have because you carry it as a backpack, and you can carry it like that as well. So have a military grade bladder. That's really nice to have. What else do we have? Oh, the canteen cups. In my fire starting bag, I have those military grade little fire starters. If you were to go like this, you could actually start a little fire underneath there. If you couldn't get a real big fire going, you could use this to heat up whatever you wanted to. If you had little fire tablets, this comes with your canteen cup normally. All right, what else? I got it all spread over the picnic table. I'm sorry. Have yourself a nice rain suit, guys. A nice rain suit will go a long way. All right. If you're an old man like me, those heat packs I showed you, this is a little belt that comes with it. So you can actually stick your warmers in your belt on those cold days if you're in the cold weather a lot like I am. It's nice to have. This was just, like I said, this stuff was all on clearance. That's why we got it. All right, have yourself more socks, obviously cotton. Have yourself a nice winter mask. Have yourself a nice set of mittens, but that have the trigger finger on them, okay? So have yourself a nice pair of mittens that you still have some gloves that are like to fold up on the top. Have some of those. A couple extra rags. A couple pairs of socks. A couple pairs of drawers, some underwear. Have yourself a nice Gore-Tex jacket. My wife's got one as well. So have yourself a military grade Gore-Tex jacket or North Face or whatever your preference is. What else we got? Yeah, I went over that. Yeah. All right, this is my tack vest. My wife has her tack vest. But have yourself a decent tack vest. And the reason why I say a tack vest is because your holster is here on your chest, right? Well, if you go to take a dump and you have a regular side, a leg wrapped side holster, and you got to take a dump, you got to pull that down, right? To take a shit in the woods. So if I have this vest on, I can keep my tack vest on, and my firearm, my handgun is always here. That's how I look at it. You can, whatever you want to do, but that's the reason why I went with tack vests. So if you got to take a dump, you can't draw for your weapon, and if your rifle's by your tree, you're screwed. But if you got a tack vest on, it's right there. And your tack vests have a boonie hat, a mosquito net, a face one, gloves, stuff like that. Oh, have yourself a nice military grade compass. Here's the compass right here. Have yourself and know how to use it as well, obviously. Have yourself some cami sticks, extra fire starting stuff, headlamps. Headlamps are very important. We got headlamps all over the place. Like I got one just sitting right in here. But have yourself a nice headlamp. A couple nice headlamps. There's an old saying. It says, one is none, two is one. Or no, one is nothing and two is one, or something like that. So basically meaning that if you have one of these and this breaks, you have none. You have zero. So if you have two of these, then if one goes down, you still have one. So I'm not really sure how I think it's one is none, two is one, or something like that. So anyways, have yourself almost two of every. I mean, I wouldn't have like two cami sticks and shit like that, but have two of things that are important: fire starting, flashlights, guns. I mean, we even have night vision goggles. Have night vision goggles. We got 3, so I guess we got one goes down. We still have 2, I guess. So, have those. What else? What else? What else? So we got, have yourself a nice pair of walking shoes. Have 2 pairs of shoes. I carry 2 in my truck, but if my big ass has to bug out, I'm only carrying 1 pair of shoes and a pair of boots. This is how humid it is. This has been so. This couple days out here has been miserable. I was telling Sarah, my wife, I said, that's probably why people, when you look at back in the day at old pictures, why people didn't smile, because they had no comforts, man. They had no air conditioning, and no, they had nothing, man. It just you rarely see old antique pictures with people smiling. I could see why, man, because if you were living out in this stuff every single day and you didn't have the technology that we have today, man, that's crazy. I could see why you didn't smile. So anyway, so the things you want to do when you're have sunglasses, obviously, hearing protection if you get into a firefight, all kinds of stuff like that. But the things you want to think about when you're going over your bug out bag, think from your feet to your head. Your feet to your head. Think about everything you're going to need. You're going to need shoes. You're going to need socks. You're going to need long johns. You're going to need pants. You're going to need a long john top. You're going to need t-shirts. You're going to need a jacket. You're going to need some other means of a lighter jacket. You're going to need a couple hats. You're going to need sunglasses. You're going to need gloves. You're going to need light. You're going to need a way to start fire. You're going to need something to sleep in. I mean, I didn't say sleeping bag, but that's the obvious. I got my sleeping bag over there. Went over the pussy pad. Have a means of getting water. You know, we have life straws. Have a life straw in your tack vest. Have ways to purify water. Boil, obviously. You can use bleach. You can use iodine tablets. There's a lot of different things you can use. Boiling water, obviously. But the thing is always think about what you're going to need. And think about it logically. You know, my wife bought me this is a really cool thing I don't have to worry about. I have coffee, but I don't have to worry about a coffee pot because I can boil water in my canteen cup, right? And, excuse me, thank you. And we were at Target, and she had bought me a coffee press. Just go and look it up. You can probably buy one on Amazon. But having a coffee press, man, if you like strong coffee like I do, but you talk about not having to bring a coffee pot because a lot of people are coffee junkies, right? I'm a snob when it comes to coffee. So, it's got little filters in it, stuff like that. And what you do is you put the coffee inside. You put a little cap on with a filter. You put like 3 or 4 or 5, however many tablespoons or teaspoons of coffee you want. Then you take your boiled water and you dump it in here, and you got a stirrer. And you steer it like 30 seconds. And then you take this press, the one I was just pushing, and it presses the coffee straight through the filter. And you actually have your filter on there. So have a coffee press. That's kind of cool. So, but yeah, so have that kind of stuff. Like I said, if you serve your time in a combat unit, people are looking at me over there like I'm some kind of crazy person talking to myself. But as you're doing this stuff, if you have a tack vest, if you got a rucksack, if you got all kinds of these things, have these things you need to have. Okay, have them at your ready, because if you don't, then you're gonna die, and you're gonna die very, very slowly. And Sarah and I, we've had this stuff now for a few years. Okay, we've had this stuff for a few years. Yeah, I'm fat, I'm out of shape for sure. But I'm still gonna try. There's people out there. There's doers and sayers in life, right? So you don't need to have a gazillion dollars. First off, you don't have to have a gazillion years of experience. Sarah and I, we don't camp. This was actually a good learning experience for us because we don't have the things. We have the items, but we don't have the experience on how to use it, right? Excuse me. So I see all these guys, and there's people out there that do YouTube channels like this that have a gazillion, subscribers, and they're out there doing it, and their subscribers are following them or whatever, or not following, but listening to them. And the thing is, I mean, we don't have many subscribers, but we're still out here doing it. And I'm still gonna, even though I didn't want to rip apart my Bugout bag again and go over everything, it was good experience again for me. So I told Sarah, I'm like, we should really go out camping this weekend and do the things that we really need to do to at least see what we have, and now we're here. So now next time we go out, we're going to know things of what not to do and things to do. What are you doing?
I was looking for deodorant, but I'm going to take this out of here because it's leaking.
Oh, okay. So anyways, guys, those are the things. So go from your feet to your head and think about the things that you need. Think about, oh, I'm sorry. So have yourself a really good medical bag as well. Have yourself a really, really good medical bag. Obviously, you guys know my wife's a nurse. to get yourself a really, really, really good medical bag. And then hold on one second. Sarah bought this one for me for Father's Day, so I just wanted to kind of see what I had in here. All right, so a few other things. So I actually bought this one from Walmart, this Life Straw one, so I can actually fill this up if I'm at a stream. And of course you want to purify water, but you can use, like I said, bleach, you can use iodine tablets, you can use all kinds of stuff. But if you use something like this, if you're on the go, get one of these. It's a Life Straw water bottle. And then have yourself a ready to go Life Straw that you can actually just lean over and drink out of a stream. These are things we wanted to do when we were here. We just didn't have time. We didn't realize it was going to be this long to actually learn stuff. Have some nice gloves, like 3 or 4 pairs. Actually, I know because I burned a set on the fire because I left them closed. But like I said, we have night vision goggles, and have yourself extra batteries. Hold on, guys. Be right there. Like I said, have more than one water. I mean, I'm not just talking. We have this stuff. We have extra headlamps. You know, have a red light and a white light because you don't want to be using a white light at night. You want noise and light discipline. But like I said, we're not just out here just talking. We're doing the do, man. You know, we bought really super nice walkwear. And we buy a lot of stuff on clearance. We're not just going out looking for the best stuff. If we see something on clearance, we go get it. Have yourself some gun oil for your weapons, your ammo, whatever you think you're going to need. Like I said, this is just a breakdown of what you're going to need, of the beginning do's and don'ts, right? And like I said, we're not those people. But anyways, if you like the content, no, I'm good, baby. Thank you. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. So if you got any other things you want to share with us, hey, I'm all for it, man. You know, I already did the video on the Bugout trailer and stuff like that. So now I'm just kind of showing our gear again, but I think this is the last I'm going to show it because I'm tired of kind of opening up the bag and putting it back.